And a good evening, everyone, and welcome to Historically Black Sense News. I'm Shamai Cook, your host tonight, and tonight we have two HBCUs entertainers who are making big impacts on their campuses. Our first guest tonight is making history for being a part of the first ever all-female squad of drum majors at her institution of Virginia Union University. Please welcome Ka- Keziah James to the show. Hello, Keziah. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
And well, as the first in your family, you are the first in your family to attend college, attend a university. What has the journey been like, and how has your family reacted to see you break new grounds, and both academically as part of this historic moment over there at your institution, and also in being a drum major as well at Virginia Union. What's your family's reactions to that?
My mom, she's very proud of me, and my brothers, they're proud, and so is my dad. As the first person in my family to go to college, they're very excited and very overwhelmed to see me go along on this journey.
Yeah, what does it mean to you, to follow drum majors and to your other fellow drum majors to make history as the first, be a part of the first all-female drum major squad at an HBCU and probably at your institution as well. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Usually drum majors are male and there will be like one female, but to have an all-female squad is breaking history and it's also setting a standard that women can also do the same.
How are you hoping to inspire other young women in music and leadership?
I hope to inspire them by showing them that females can do it too. It's not just about predominantly male roles aren't
Yeah.
just for males, they're actually for women too. And if you believe in yourself and you set the standard and you have the confidence for it, then you can do it.
You're part of a band's honor society. You're a part of a Tau Beta Sigma. How has that helped you shape your style as a drum major?
Being a part of Tau Beta Sigma National Honorary Band Sorority is a very important part and a very milestone in my life that I always wanted to complete it. Being a member of my sorority, we always have leadership roles and we set the standard on campus. And we also are never followers. We're like always good leaders.
Well, we appreciate you so much, and best of luck. What are you looking forward to? I know the football season is already on the ground, and you probably have been traveling. What are you looking forward to the most moving forward with your fellow drum majors?
I'm looking forward to the battles. We're battling SWAC bands and MEAC bands, so y'all watch out because we're coming for you.
Keziah James, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Our next guest is a musical theater and dance student at Howard University. Please welcome Nishelle Lenay to the show. Hello, Nishelle.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. You've been performing since you were only 3 years old, starting as a quote unquote commercial baby, and now you're studying at Howard University's Chadwick Boseman College of Fine Arts. What has that journey been like growing up in the entertainment industry, and how has it shaped you today?
Well, I was always busy as a young girl. My mother was in the business, so it was a very natural start. My father is a musician, so me coming into all of this was natural. It was honestly quite easy, I will admit. But with work and dedication, I am proud to say that I am a real HU student and a ooh la la dancer. Dancing since I was 3. I've been busy all my life, quite frankly. I've always been dancing, acting, singing. The passion is Broadway. That is the goal eventually, soon. But Howard has been my dream since I was in the 5th grade. Originally, funny, I wanted to be a lawyer, and I was so set on Howard because of the law program. And then, I got older and I was like, wait, no, this musical theater thing, this is where it's at. This is my niche. So this is why we're here.
What made you that transition? What made you want to flip? Because that's major catastrophic. That's a big catastrophic change. That's a major
Major.
change.
So finding Howard University came from an assignment. In the fifth grade, we had the final assignment set of an exam, and we had a presentation, basically planning out your future, what school you want to attend, what job you want to have, the lifestyle, car, family, all of that. And I, for the longest, had been set on being a lawyer. I always loved watching like Law and Order and things like that. So it was just a big passion of mine to, be a lawyer. And then as I got older, just continuously performing and being consumed in that environment of the arts, always going to performing arts school, being on dance teams, auditioning consistently and booking roles. It was almost a switch of, this is not just something I'm passionate about for fun as a hobby, but something that I can genuinely make a living off of.
Yeah.
So the realization of the more and more that I grew my resume, that I could actually do this, was why not take it to the next level and further my education so I can be even better.
You have taken on some incredible, powerful roles like Dolores Mann Cartier and Sister Act and Sandra and Fela. What draws you to these roles, these complex characters, and how do you prepare to embody such iconic figures on stage?
So when I was younger, funny enough, I was so set on TV and film. I had done musical theater before, but the experience that I had was in an all white setting, and it was great. I had an amazing time. It was an awesome opportunity, but I felt like I was different. And as I got older, my mother would take me to shows, being that she was in the business. And I saw a musical called Black Nativity that is performed in Atlanta, Georgia. And she was doing the marketing and advertising for it. And the show just took my breath away, from the dancing, the acting, and the musicality of it all. And I said, I want to do that. And funny enough, my sophomore year in high school, I got the opportunity to be a part of that show for 3 years in a row. So
Wow.
going into high school, I went to Tri-Cities High School in East Point, Georgia, whoop, whoop, TC. And we have a magnet program that is focused in the arts. And so my freshman year, they were putting on a show, but because of COVID, we had to do it virtually. So it was Fela. And I was originally a part of the ensemble as one of the lead dancers. And then my sophomore year came around, and they were looking for Sandra to play the love interest of Fela. And I didn't want to audition, but everybody pushed me to do so. And it was the best decision I ever made. It was extremely awesome. We ended up being in the playbill. At the Tonys, if I'm not mistaken, our faces on that playbill. So it was an incredible resume builder and opportunity. And as far as Sister Act, my senior year came around, and they were like, we're putting on a show. Who's going to play Dolores? And I was a little nervous, being that this would be my first time playing a lead role. So really having the show and the weight of everything on my shoulders. But I did it, and it was a phenomenal experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
At 18, you already are a quadruple threat. You're actress, vocalist, dancer, model. What experience? You have a lot of experience. With ballet and hip hop dancing, and how do you balance training in so many different discipline, and which one feels the most natural to you?
Mm. So I started in dance. So yes, I started in radio work at the age of 3, but I also was training in ballet from the age of 3 and up. I started dancing with the majorette style in the 4th grade, all the way up until about the 9th grade, with a dance team called Platinum Peaches, located in Atlanta, Georgia. Then from there, I moved on to dancing with the Creme de la Creme dance team at Tri-Cities High School, and became the captain for 2 years running. For me, it takes a lot of discipline, but that is in general for all dancers, performers, musicians. It instills a level of discipline that I can't even express and explain. And being in the band and that HBCU culture, it's a great community, and it's very familiar, being that I've been around and involved for this culture for so long. Schedule wise, being a COFA student here at Howard University, I will admit, freshman year, I was busy. I was extremely busy, whether it was doing short films for seniors who are graduating, doing just side things, auditioning, being on the dance team, and being a rookie and thinking, oh, I'm big dog. You know, you're in high school and you're a senior, you think you know everything. And then freshman year hits in college and you're like, wait, I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid. So I will say that dance has helped a lot, and it definitely is my first love. But me coming to this school was because I am very good at all three: singing, dancing, and acting, and trying to pursue modeling. So coming to school was more so, I know I got something. Let's see how hard we can stretch that so I can be something great. I'm good, but I want to be great. I want to be one of the best.
That's good that you know the difference, because those are two big differences. You know, a lot
Yes.
of people don't understand that. That's good
Mhm.
that you know. You've worked with choreographers like Travis Payne. What's the most valuable lesson you learned from industry professionals, and what advice you would give to other performers trying to break into the business?
I could give any advice off of what I've learned is to be quick on your feet, be ready to go at any moment. That is something we are trained heavily here at Howard University, is to never take any opportunity, to never not take any opportunity. Um, you never know who you're going to meet. I was at school one day and all of a sudden Travis Payne, the choreographer for Michael Jackson, came in and was teaching us and asking us to come to another one of his classes. So take every moment you can get for training. This summer, I spent my whole summer working at a dance studio and just training so that I can progress. So if I would give somebody advice, it would be to never stop, because even though you can do something, the work is what matters. I know that I'm a talented, and Miss Lisa, my mother, raised an amazingly talented child. But if it weren't for the push that she instilled in me and the work that I have put in to get here, I would be nowhere as great as I am.
Thank you so much, Nishelle Lenay, for coming on Historically Black Shins. We
Thank you.
appreciate you. Let's go to Eddie. Let's go to Eddie with the HBCU Fun Fact of the Week. What's going on, Eddie Niel?
Hello, everyone. It's your girl Eddie Niel. You already know I'm here with your Fun Fact. I am your HBCU Fun Fact host, back with another weekly gem of Black excellence. Did you know a Divine Nine trailblazer just made history and a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated opened a school, the first of its kind? We're talking about Chambrion Treadwell, founder and executive director of the brand new Do and Be Arts Academy of Excellence. She came to Las Vegas to teach, but instead of just teaching, she dreamed bigger. After years of late night setbacks and faith, her dreams finally came true when Duvet held its grand opening this past July 18th, 2020. This isn't just a school, it's the first free public charter school built on arts based excellence from ages K through 8 students. This means the next generation of Black and Brown students will learn in an environment where they are encouraged to do and be anything that they desire. And here's what makes this moment even more special for me. Miss Treadwell was actually my longtime theater and performing arts teacher in Las Vegas as well. To see her go from teaching students like me to founding her own performing arts school is just legendary in itself and making history. This moment is bigger than one school. The Divine Nine has always played a major role in education and community leadership, whether it's mentoring, teaching, or opening new schools. Organizations like that continue to push past the culture and forward and create opportunities for the next generation. So if you're stressing over your own big goals, remember Chambrion's story. Delay is not denial. It took setbacks and resilience, but she turned her vision into a legacy. And if you want to hear more of her story directly, make sure you're following Historically Black Sense on all of our platforms to see an interview with Miss Treadwell. That's your fun fact. Now go rep your yard and your HBCU. Black excellence has always been about building and being a legacy and the traditions that continue. See you all next week with your HBCU fun fact. Thank you, Shad.
No problem, Eddie Niel. Thank you so much. That's bringing Heaven Cunningham, our beloved anchor. And that's bringing how you doing, Heaven? I love we
Hi,
missed you. How are
I
you?
miss you guys. I am blessed. How are you?
Good. That start with our conversation of today. The 2026 best HBCU rankings list was recently released by U.S. News and World Report, with Spelman coming in at number one for this 19th consecutive year. The top three included Spelman College, Howard University, and Morehouse. Spelman's top of the list for the 19th consecutive year, followed by Howard and Morehouse. But what does these rankings say about keeping tradition and excellence at HBCUs, Heaven? And we got Deuce Tucker in the building too. Hello, Deuce.
Hi, husbands. Can you repeat the question for me, Shamai?
So
Deuce with grand entrance.
after that's what he does. But after these rankings at the HBCUs from U.S. News and World Report, what does these rankings? Do you believe these rankings say or are keeping the tradition of HBCUs excellent?
I believe that these rankings could, in a sense, be keeping the tradition of HBCUs excellent by, pushing us to set new standards for ourselves, especially because at the end of the day, everything that happens within our HBCUs is truly to push academics and scholarship. So I believe that these rankings are important. However, it does not diminish the work of HBCUs that may not have made this list or HBCUs that fight to make other lists within the PWI spaces as well.
Yes, some argue that a separate HBCU list keeps other schools from being measured alongside PWI. Should HBCUs be introduced in the overall national rankings, or does the separate list strengthen our identity, Deuce?
Honestly, I think both. Because of the fact remains that sometimes certain curriculums within historically black colleges and institutions are able to contribute in a way that some, honestly, PWIs are not, especially when it comes to the foundation of a certain curriculum in regards of the principality and the information that is being able to be provided for the researchers and the individuals that have contributed their time, efforts, energies to those institutions. So I honestly feel as if they should be put in both categories, in their own category as well as in the overall spectrum of things.
Eddie, what's your take?
I truly feel like HBCU rankings aren't just a number on a list. Essentially, it truly is a reflection of our collective legacy and pride and excellence that HBCUs hold and that we've carried for generations, along with just speaking on resilience, like just the things, the sacrifices known and unknown that our ancestors had to do in order for us to just get our education and be surrounded by people that we love, like-minded individuals that also look like us. So I feel like it's definitely not an opportunity to compare or competition. I feel like we definitely should embrace that and love that we have our own space to be able to do that as well.
So, this is a great question for the panel. Do you believe these rankings influence your choice, or can influence people's choices when they go to this incoming freshman class? Do you think this is gonna help or help people choose what school they go to? Deuce, because you're the alumni here. We're all still in college, so we're gonna go to the alumni first. What's your take?
Yes, I had to make it, across the stage. Yes, but honestly, I feel as if in reference to uh, the rankings, it definitely contributed to my decision. Now, I always, before athletics and other scholarships was being contributed to my accounts from different institutions, my goal, my dream school, if I had to go to school, was Florida A&M University, man. Because it's like, I don't know, people don't know I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and this is what we call a FAMU North, because you see so many alumni contributing to their communities. Like literally, when I was deciding what school I wanted to go to, the mayor of Atlanta was a FAMU alum. So it was one of those references where it's like, okay, let me see where FAMU ranks within these specific departments, where they rank within these certain contributions, and especially where they rank where their homecomings are. I wanted to kind of have the best of all 3 or 4 or 5, 6, whatever worlds, so I can be able to make a decision that will benefit me in the future, and also because I wanted to have some type of pride when it comes to me representing my institution. So, in reference to FAMU, when I see these FAMU Rattler license plates, or when I see a FAMU Rattler doing extremely significant things within the world, I want to be like, that's a Rattler. I can call on him anytime I want. So it doesn't matter where I am, New York, California, does not matter. I wanted to be able to feel that pride. And I feel as if, even though rankings are, or numbers or ranks are not necessarily everything, they definitely contribute to the decisions that people are making because of the name that it has made for themselves in reference of whatever career field that you choose to pursue. So that's one of the main reasons why, I think rankings are important, but they're not everything. They're not
We
the
do
end
want
all be all.
we do want to remind the audience the new list. FAMU did rank number 5 in the new list this year from U.S. News and World World Report. Hey, Heaven, what's your take on the
And
question?
number one public HBCU as well.
You had to add that. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Yes, I believe that, of course, the ranking lists are something that high school students alike, as well as many transfers, look into when deciding what HBCU they want to go to. But kind of more to what you said, I feel like it's a personal journey of where the scholarships are, where your home and where your heart truly takes you. Of course, I attend the nation's very first HBCU, Cheney University of Pennsylvania. And I feel like the story of resilience at Cheney University, being the first HBCU, is what truly drew me to this decision. However, I didn't see Cheney on these lists, and it also goes into another question of why most of these HBCUs are oversaturated and lack housing and different things like that. That people, again, to use the word, diminish other HBCUs or other lower ranking HBCUs that don't get the funding that they necessarily need, especially nationally, because of these lists. However, I think that the HBCUs that are ranking high, especially Spelman, I love my sisters up at Spelman. They deserve their flowers as well. So it's a double-edged sword.
Mm.
We do want to acknowledge some breaking news over in Tennessee at Tennessee State University today on campus. A group of outsiders were wearing "Make America Great." Make America Great Again hats, and they part in the student only space by the all female dorms, smoking where it isn't allowed, and they had some signs saying, quote, DEI should be illegal, and quote, deport all immigrants. So that's what's happening over there on the campus of Tennessee State University. We do want to remind our audience that Historically Black Sense will be following this story as it progresses. But we just wanted to let our audience know that it's happening over there at Tennessee State University. And the protesters were escorted off of campus as well. There's photos there as well on social media. And like I said, Historically Black Sense News will be following the story as it progresses. We just want to let our audience know that some breaking news over there at Tennessee State University. All right, back to the original conversation. Let's wrap up the conversation. What makes your HBCU number one, regardless of its overall, if it's not on the list or if it's not? I'm gonna go to Eddie because I know Deuce is smiling already. You look at that. But what makes your HBCU number one, regardless of its ranking?
I kind of wanted to address that last question. I feel like that was kind of.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, go. I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
I'll answer that one instead, just for sake of time.
Okay.
But I feel like rankings definitely affect student choices, especially when it comes to first generation students. For me, I was a legacy of the AUC, so Spelman College and things like that. So when you don't know when you don't know that space, or especially HBCUs, I feel like that's when a person would look into the rankings and seeing because rankings can also signal like quality, opportunities, and recognition. But I also believe HBCU students choose based off of that culture and tradition and sense of family that they can see. I feel like we have an advantage when it comes to social media because we can actually see hands-on, like a day in a life video of a student that goes to a school that we're inquiring about and things like that. So for me, I feel like I was really headstrong when it came to my school, just looking at the media programs and the things that it did offer, as well as the surrounding schools, because I feel like the AUC is the best. when it comes to opportunity and networking, because essentially you're being able to get opportunities and go to career fairs and network with essentially 4 different HBCUs and universities, which I feel like is truly one of a kind. So
All right,
that would be my spill and my take.
Deuce.
In referencing of the breaking story, or the question in references
What
of
makes your HBCU number one, regardless of its ranking?
oh man, bro. Oh gosh, I can't even start, man. Honestly, the first day I stepped on campus, some people like, I don't know if this is for me. I'll say, bro, this is my home. This is my home. The way that they were able to just embrace Florida A&M University, not they, FAMU, the way that they were able to just be able to like create a safe, understanding, and a comfortable circumstance and environment for people who are coming from all across the country, even if they're coming from down the street in Gaston County, from Atlanta to South Carolina to New York. People were able to actually understand and embrace the difference in regards to the variations of culture at FAMU. You have people who love to dance. Have people who love to rap. You have people with wicks. You have people with grills. You have people with suits. You have people who are just not necessarily extroverts. You have people that are introverts. It was so much of a variety of people, but the culture of Florida A&M was able to cultivate and be able to build a certain foundation for people to actually enjoy themselves while enjoying learning. The main purpose why we actually attend college. In reference to my HBCU being number one, it's FAMU, brother. It's FAMU. The colors, the spirit, the pride that every single individual that go to FAMU, especially graduate from FAMU, has, it's inevitable. You can't graduate 4 years from FAMU and not be thankful to God that you were able to attend that institution. You just have to go, man. It's one of those once in a lifetime college experiences that nobody else can really explain. And I love that it's a variety of people that are able to come together and become a FAMU league.
Oh, you see what he did there? He's very corny. It's the dad jokes in him.
Boy,
But
stop.
Kevin,
Oh, here we go.
Kevin, you go to the first, as you always say, the first ever HBCU. What's your take on the question? What makes your HBCU number one, regardless of its ranking?
I love this question. I love this question only because I love the fact that we all get to show our HBCU pride, loud and proud. And I think that Black excellence is truly what we all have in common.
Yeah.
However, the first HBCU,
She makes sure. She
Cheney
got
University, I had to find that one. Cheney University of Pennsylvania, the first HBCU founded on February 25th, 1837. It's so special to my heart because I feel as though it represents resilience, just as I said before, that Cheney created opportunity for Black African Americans at a time when slavery wasn't even abolished yet, where we were still teaching agricultural skills, Okay.
Oh, that was James! Shots
I think
fired!
that
Shots
Cheney has created
fired!
a platform for so many other HBCUs to flourish and to be on those number one HBCU lists. And I think that me keeping the legacy of Cheney University, me being involved in student leadership, and just all of the wolves that I've come into contact with at Cheney University, we continue to fight the good fight. We all have social justice issues at the start of our heart. We all are pushing for poverty reform. We are fighting with, just so many different social justice issues on campus that I feel like on a global and even on a national scale, we stick together at Cheney University. I truly love my Cheney family. I feel like the HBCU experience is unlike any other, and I'm, again, so proud that we all have Black excellence at the heart of why we believe our HBCUs are number one, even though Cheney is always the number one and first ever HBCU that was founded ever in, ever history.
Wow, we all love HBCUs. This is
Yeah.
we are historically Black since news, so we know we love everyone.
Historically Black since 1837.
Oh,
Yes.
but we appreciate it, everyone, for tuning in
Thank you.
to our broadcast tonight. And like I said early in the broadcast, we had some breaking news from Tennessee State University Historically Black Sense News on Instagram and wherever you find us on social media to follow that story as well. And praying for everybody over there at Tennessee State. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our broadcast tonight. I'm Shemai Cook.
I am Heaven Cunningham, the HBCU girl.
Eddie. That's Eddie.
I am Eddie Niall.
And I'm Deuce Tucker.
And this has been Historically Black Sense News. We'll see you guys next week. The action never stops. We love you for watching. Bye-bye.